Investment Network, joined by my close friend, Chief Growth Officer of the Real Estate Investment Network, JG Francoeur.
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello.
My Central Canada friend.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is going to be an awesome, epic, unbelievable. I mean, Patrick and I are really excited about this event that's coming up soon. Patrick, can you see the screen okay?
I can see the screen okay, so we're good to go, man.
Let's do it.
So we're coming out to do a CIR event.
Yes, it's coming up super quick. It is February 13th from 1 to 3:30, so it's in the afternoon. This is it's nice and condensed, and a lot of times, Patrick, these events drag on all day. And this event's going to be power-packed. It's full of nuggets. We're going to talk about in this video sort of what we're going to cover at the CIR event. But Patrick, you and I are keynote speaking. It's being held and hosted by CIR Realty and CIR Property Management. And TD Canada Trust is a big backer of this event. And they're going to have some mortgage specialists on site to help and the whole bit.
Yep, this is in Calgary, by the way. I don't know if we said that or not, but we're going to Calgary.
That's right, absolutely. So February 13th in Calgary. We'll tell you in a second how you can sign up, folks. But here's what we're going to cover. Here's the basics. We wanted to give you sort of a quick overview of what we're going to cover because, Patrick, other than speaking on the REIN stage and at REIN events, it's very rare for you and I to speak at other people's events. But we are so blown away by what CIR Property Management is trying to achieve that we thought, let's get behind this event.
Yeah, you know, with CIR, CIR with their realty, with their property management, all the things that CIR do, they're just really impressive. And as you say, we travel across the country speaking on the REIN stage, the Real Estate Investment Network stage, to thousands of real estate investors. But when CIR reached out to us and we had a great conversation, it was like, we need to get out there and inform a wider audience of what's going on in the real estate market in Calgary. And I'm really excited to do that.
Well, the fact is, Patrick, it is confusing times. I mean, it's confusing times in real estate all across Canada, but especially in Alberta, and CIR is right behind in terms of CIR and REIN, figuring out and making sure that the confusion stops. Because yes, it's confusing times, but it's also being fueled by some so-called experts. It's being fueled by traditional media. It's being fueled by social media, which is a whole new thing. So it's confusing times, and we are at this event, Patrick, to eliminate those confusing times, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to cut through a lot of that stuff. I mean, let's face it, economically, Alberta is where it's at. I mean, even now you get the blaring headlines, and to add to all the economic confusion that's been happening in Calgary or in Alberta overall across Canada, and oil and gas, which is really the kind of the heart of the of Alberta. Now we've added to it the coronavirus, and of course there's all sorts of headlines about what's going on, not only economically, but add to what the potential impact of the coronavirus is on the economy, even in a broader range. So I'm really, really excited to kind of come in and show people how to look realistically, pragmatically at what's going on economically, in spite of the blaring bad news headlines.
100%. And at the end of the day, Patrick, I mean, people listening to this video, people attending this amazing event, they want to be successful investors. They want to grow their active and passive income, and they're searching for financial certainty. But in the face of this confusion, it's paralyzing. It's very difficult to know if you should jump in, not jump in. Is now a good time? Is not a good time? Should I have done it in 2016? I missed that boat. I should have bought more. I didn't buy enough. These are everyday thoughts going through people from Alberta, people from Calgary, people from Edmonton.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've been in business 35 years. You've been in business, almost 20 years. We've been investing in real estate a long time. I've born and raised in Edmonton. I know the Alberta economy. I've been through the up and down cycles. But here's fundamentally what I get to and we get to share, especially with the realtors in the room, is that it is uncertain times, but in uncertainty lives opportunity. Confusion is the enemy. We're going to be there to support you in getting clear. And that is absolutely at the foundation of what we're going to give you, is actually some tools to understand, to look into the future, not hang your hat on the past, but to look into the future, guide your clients, support your clients in being successful as real estate investors, and even yourself. You know, if you're a realtor, you should be investing in real estate because the opportunities are there.
Well, and you know what's interesting, Patrick, is REIN, we teach, you know, we talk about real estate investor success formulas. That's what REIN has. That's what we've been doing for 28 years, 151,000 real estate investors later. I mean, $5.3 billion of worth and of value is created through REIN and its members. I mean, it's really an incredible success story. But the fact is that of these confusing times, Patrick, what will eliminate that confusion, both for investors and realtors, and realtors can help their investor clients get through the confusion, is education and awareness, knowing and being grounded in principles that have been working, that have been time tested, that have worked for 28 plus years, that have generated incredible wealth, incredible returns. Yeah. And knowing that and being grounded in that will dissipate all the confusion and will allow people to become leaders in the industry, like you talk about, in order to take themselves as agents, as investors, and their clients to the next level of investing in real estate.
And that, you hit some really, really important points there, JG. Number one, through confusing times, people look for leadership. They look for guidance. They look for expertise. They need to gain some confidence, but they don't know where to go for actually leadership that they can trust. And here's the fundamental thing about all of this is that, and you hit on it, these are principles. It's just a formula. There is a pragmatic way to look at real estate, understand the real estate cycle, where we are in the real estate cycle, by the way, Alberta, as in we. We're going to share that a little bit with you more at the event. But for you as a realtor, these are competitive times. It is really challenging as a realtor to step up. And how do you set yourself apart, as JG said, from all the noise? You get pragmatic. You get practical, you develop yourself as an expert and an expert in what's going on in the real estate market, specifically in your region, and you understand. We're going to really give you a lot of tools so that you know how to fish.
Well, 100%. One of those tools is the economic fundamentals. We're going to show you how to evaluate truly once and for all a secret formula that REIN's been using for 28 years on exactly how to evaluate a market. And this is not about guessing. This is about knowing where the real estate cycle is going. It's about knowing where the economic fundamentals of that region are heading in regards to real estate. And it's very different, right, Patrick? What's happening in Calgary is not necessarily happening in Edmonton, not to the same degree. They're different. A lot of people in Alberta, they lump the entire province together, but that's not how real estate works. There are parts and pockets of Alberta that do differently than the downtown core of Calgary, and so on and so forth. So we're going to go through at the CIR event the economic fundamentals of what has built REIN fundamentally. I'm really excited about that part.
Yeah, and that's such an important part of what we're going to teach you and show you how to even assess yourself. It's going to be that part, I think, and we'll give you an idea. You'll be able to determine where you see yourself, where Calgary is in the real estate cycle.
Now, back to the confusing times. One of the difficulties, Patrick, is a lot of people they make real estate sound easy. It's like, oh yeah, just buy a building or a single or a duplex or a suited house or whatever. Buy this, hold on to it for 25 years, you're going to do great. What they don't talk about is that the real estate investment business and the real estate entrepreneurship business is much more complicated than that. And there's so many different layers to it. And people go in with and it's not that it's too much for the average to handle, not at all. But if you go in with the right awareness and you go in with the right education, and you go in with the right glasses and filters on, you will be able to get through the challenging times, because everyone's going to go through some challenges with tenants and toilets, even if you use the great services of like a CIR property management. And it's just the way the business is, right? And that's one of the things we teach at REIN is treat your real estate investing like a business.
You know, we that's one of the cornerstones. That's part of the success formula. But a couple things to your point, JG, is that, you know, what you said was so kind of accurate in that, but there's two extremes. One is that people say, well, it's easy, or it's simple but not easy. Or the other side of that is that, man, don't invest in real estate right now. You know, the sky is falling. prices are going to go down, interest rates, we don't know what they're going to do, you can't get mortgages anymore, all of those things. And guess what? They're all true to you if that's how you look at the world. We look at the world different. When you start treating your real estate investing like a business, when you understand the economic fundamentals, you really start to see the opportunity that lives in a market like Calgary, like Edmonton, like Alberta overall. You just need to know where to look. And when you start treating it like a business, and we look at all of these building blocks here, I mean, gosh, if you double click on any one of those blocks, it opens up a whole new conversation. But the point is, it is quite pragmatic. It is a system. It is a process. It is actually manageable in the scope of what's going on in any specific economy.
And it doesn't have to be scary. That awareness is a big part. And that's why coming to these kinds of events is such a key part, because one takeaway, see, the thing with the real estate business is your mistakes are magnified. One mistake can wipe you out. But on the flip side, your successes are also magnified. One good move is hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to you. So, I mean, it is the best investment is to invest in yourself when it comes to real estate, is to build you up first. Come to events like this, get educated, get the awareness, get the systems, get everything you need in order to take your real estate investment to the next level.
Yeah, and a big shout out to CIR, because, you know, when you look at the cornerstones of this particular diagram of community and education, you know, CIR is stepping up for all these realtors and saying, listen, you know something, we're a great community. We want to empower you, and we're going to support you by providing you some great education. So this is something that for you showing up, you attending a CIR event, you're stepping into a community that is actually educative and supportive, you know, like-minded individuals coming together and learning together.
Now, another thing we're going to cover, so let me just recap here in case, hopefully everyone's still watching, Patrick. Hopefully we're interesting enough that people haven't paused or closed this. Yeah. But let me just recap. So at this amazing event, it's going to be 2.5 hours. You're going to hear from TD Bank. You're going to hear from some mortgage specialists. You're going to hear about that one block on your left, which is financing. That's a big component. It's a big, scary thing. And at this event, we will remove that unawareness from you. You're going to be able to understand what's happening in the financing world right now. How can you get financing? See, the thing with the financing, and I don't want to touch too much on this, Patrick, but it's critical, is the world of financing is constantly in flux. You know, one year they're really pushing these kinds of buildings and they're really pushing these kinds of investments. And then the next year those cool off and they start moving their money over to these kinds of investments in real estate. And money is always in flux. So there's always financing available. You just have to match your strategy and your tactic to the financing conditions that are currently happening. And you got to also match that to the economic fundamentals. If you do those three things, you will get financing. It's when you go against those principles and you try to be smarter than the system, that's when you run up against issues.
You know, and I want to point out something here is, I mean, why the heck should people believe us? I mean, you know, social media is confusing times, but I will state this, is that number one, we've been doing this for 28 years. So when JG speaks of, you know, financing and economic fundamentals and understanding how it works, we're literally working with, well, we've worked with thousands of real estate investors over a number of years, but we on a regular basis are speaking to hundreds across Canada of real estate investors. We know exactly what's going on in the real estate market nationally, because that's what we do every single day. We're working with to educate and to support real estate investor success.
Yeah, 100%. So the mortgage and the financing is going to be covered at this event. The Treaty Real Estate Investment business is going to be covered at this event. The economic fundamentals are going to be covered at this event. And we're also going to be covering some components of time, money, knowledge. And I just want to tease them with this, Patrick, because this is such an eye-opening conversation that after you go through, just remember this, folks, TMKF. When we talk about that from stage, it will change your perspective on real estate for sure.
Guaranteed. Yep.
The other thing we're going to talk about at this event, Patrick, we are squeezing a lot into this event.
We are.
So we're also going to be covering the real estate entrepreneur success cycle, how to bust through what we call the terror barriers, because there's There's nothing that is going to kill a real estate investment career and a real estate investment portfolio and your financial freedom more than you running up against the terror barrier and not being able to bust through it, not be able to get out of your comfort zone. And we've actually debunked how this happens and how to move past it. And as a result of this, this is all about eliminating confusion. You remember, folks, and you could think back to a time when you just felt like, I know I need to do this, but I can't seem to do it. And I don't understand why. Well, we're going to explain why. In this segment at the CIR event, we're going to talk about real estate entrepreneur success cycle and how to bust through these terror barriers so you can achieve the life of financial certainty, financial security, financial freedom. So you could live that dream life you've been looking for. And it all happens in this success cycle, Patrick.
Yeah, you know, this is like the TMK, TMF, time, money, knowledge, focus matrix. This is another one. I mean, JG, you're and I commitment. We're going to come in there. We're going to actually work to shift how you view real estate investing, how you view supporting your clients, how you view and understand the best way to have success investing in real estate or to support your investor-focused clients. Now, this success cycle is something proven. When you understand the concept of it, it will shift your view in all aspects of not just real estate, but your business. I believe it'll shift it forever.
And as a realtor, I'm specifically speaking to realtors right now, this is going to be the best 2.5 hours of time you're going to invest in your business in 2020. I guarantee that. If not, you can call me and we'll chat it out. But I'm telling you, what the mind shift that's going to happen is going to allow you to better serve your clients so much that it will have a profound impact on your business in terms of sales, in terms of units, in terms of taking you to the next level, and most importantly, taking your clients to the next level with you.
Yes.
And then Patrick, of course, economic fundamentals. I'll end on this because REIN is always grounded in the economic fundamentals. Been doing this now, Patrick, for 28 years, the company. And there's no other real estate investment network in Canada that's ever had the impact that REIN has had with $5.3 billion of net worth created for our clients. It's pretty incredible. And I'm excited to bring economic fundamentals to these realtors, to these clients, to these investors, because that's what shifts the game.
It totally shifts the game. It's what gives investors confidence. It's what gives realtors confidence in supporting their clients making decisions. I think it's brilliant.
So folks, you can register. Go to Eventbrite. It's February 13th from 1 to 3:30. If you go to Eventbrite, you can type in 2020 Guide to Real Estate. The event will pop up. You'll see it there with CIR. You'll see REIN's logo. You'll see TD's logo. And click on that. Get registered. I mean, they're literally just about giving the tickets away, Patrick. I was shocked how inexpensive the tickets were. We didn't have anything to do with that. I'll tell you, if I was pricing the tickets, they'd be 10 times that price. Exactly. So they're pretty much giving them away. So folks, we hope to see all of you there. This will be an amazing investment of your time, which is the most important thing. The few bucks you're going to invest to get there, the few bucks you're going to invest in the ticket, that pales in comparison to your time, because that's the one non-renewable resource you have is time. But I promise you, it will be worth your time. You'll be blown away.
And I would encourage realtors. I think I can't speak for CIR, but JG, I believe you can invite a guest to this event. You take a guest with you. I would encourage realtors to take some of their prospects, their potential clients, or maybe some of their existing winning clients that are confused or uncertain right now. So if I'm a realtor and I'm doing business, man, I want to take some of my clients to this event as well, because it will absolutely support you in gaining their confidence.
Yeah, if anyone's interested in real estate investments, if anyone's interested in financial security, financial certainty, financial freedom, if anyone's interested in taking themselves and their financial futures to the next level, this is the place for them. I mean, it's 2.5 hours of your time. It's a no-brainer. And I'm telling you, we're packing in literally. I forget how much time we have to speak here, Patrick, but we're gonna have to talk to the event organizer, CIR, and see if we get a little bit more time. We've made some big promises on this video. So, but it will be an amazing investment of time. And we're packing in literally a day's worth of content. I mean, that's a full day's worth of content in a couple hours. It's going to be action-packed. You will not have time to think twice or fall asleep here.
Your notepads.
All right. Thanks, folks. We'll see you there. CIR event February 13th, 1 to 3:30. Get registered. See you soon.